Okay, I still don't know what my process is as a aspiring Mechabellum content creator. I was thinking like, what if I posted unit modifications as shorts? And I was like, there's just so much discontinuity with that idea. And then lately I've been playing like multiple games, like tons of games in a row. I would consider them tons of games. I basically play games. Lately I've been playing games until my cat gets frustrated with me. So I'm kind of thinking of doing longer form content, and I'm still not really into editing, I guess. So it's like one of those situations where you see like a 6-hour video on YouTube, and excuse my gurgling, and it's a dude playing Mechabellum for 6 hours, just unedited. Well, so there's that. Anyhow, what I'm doing here is I was thinking I swapped out range for mechanical rage because I was like, I just wanted, I don't know, I was like, these guys are chaff, right? They, they're like a little bulkier chaff than your crawlers. And I was like, but they still, I don't know, get in and do damage. But it just really hasn't been panning out like that. And I'm realizing that I do need range enhancement. And I know you're looking at this and you're like, oh, obviously fire. Obviously we need fire extinguisher. Incendiary bomb goes. But no. I'm gonna just not. For one thing, at my rank, nobody even uses effects very much. And then for two, I suppose as I rank up and I see that more often, I'm going to have this as my hounds, presuming that there isn't another method to get rid of effects. And I'll see how well I can play around that and maybe there will come a point where, yeah, I feel like I definitely need that more, but for now, I wanted to make that mod. I think my Void Eyes are still good, but actually I'm kind of thinking Energy Shield over Charge Shot is maybe that's the way to go, because it just gives Void Eyes a better late game matchup versus Marksman is what I'm thinking. And from my experience, I haven't needed the Charge Shot, and in fact, just with the presence of chaff on the board, it hasn't been all that desirable. So I'm gonna make that change. Let's see here. Was there anything else? I think I wanted to look at the Fire Badgers, because the range is just so convenient. And you know what? I gotta say, I'm not so sure it would feel better from a design perspective if range enhancements across the board were just nerfed. So I don't know. It's an interesting one. You know what would be kind of interesting is a technology that reduces the ability of your units in some way, but instead of costing credits, it actually gives you credits. That would be kind of cool. So, you know what? Let's have some fun. Get rid of these. Oh, hold on. If we're having fun... Shoot, now I don't even know what to do. Okay, I think I want... Do I even want that? It feels like if I'm investing into it, I'm not investing in other things, and... Do I really need this on the Fire Badger? Or do I just, like, if I really want this thing to clear all the chaff in the game, and I don't want to have to rely on counterfire, don't I just pick up the Vulcan anyway? I don't know. Maybe I want range because it's like a cheaper option. So with that in mind, I don't know. How do I even want to build them? Like, what is... Usually you cap around like 2 techs on a unit. Maximum. And it's like, usually when I'm playing something like Fire Badger, I want to like put as little into the techs as I can. And to that effect, that's like, okay, so on multiple fronts, I'm seeing how range enhancement is just a very good talent to include here. But I think I also want counterfire in maybe a different kind of situation, or something I could do is I could just layer my fire badgers with counterfire and range, so the ones in the front are getting the counterfire bonus, and the ones in the back are attacking from a longer range. And then when the ones in the front die, and the ones in the back get, I don't know, what am I even saying? Yeah, it's just, I think that actually seems really effective. So what would go well with that? Probably like field maintenance and scorching charge. Oh, I can't, yeah, get rid of napalm. Effects aren't fun. That's why. This is what I mean when I say let's have some fun. Okay, so on my mountain, I do want mountain plating. But I don't know what to give up. Everything else seems pretty cool, but like, I don't know, I've never even tested these things, so the potential of some of these, what are they called, titans, is lost on me. But yeah, I recently used a war factory pretty well. I used it, who's that dude that was popular for using the war factory, and he would always leave a perfect space in one of the corners to put his war factory. That strategy is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. Let's see here. Degeneration beam effects. What's a degeneration? Oh, I know what that is. If this protected from your towers, I don't know, that could be worth it. Let's see here. Okay, so this is like for clearing mass chaff, which doesn't seem to be a huge problem. Whereas this, what? That seems much better. In fact, I can think of some situations where my mountains were struggling against some higher HP my extended range mountains were struggling against higher HP targets, and picking up this as a second tech, let's see, every 14 seconds probably would have done quite a bit. Within 25-meter radius of the hit point, that seems incredible, actually. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, and with that said, you are going to have to suffer. I don't know, the proverbial you. I'm not editing this. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to break open some editing software. I do well enough to work on, what are those called? The mini picture. You know what I'm talking about. I literally can't think of the name of it. It's time to focus. Alright, let's see. I was thinking about channeling the spirit of U-Bond today to be like, oh, I need something that's going to keep me on track, but now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, why don't I just have fun? This is a ridiculous idea you're talking about. Channel the spirit of U-Bond. Maybe I'll unintentionally do so. I do like arc lights. I actually like the starting pack quite a lot. I was thinking, what if I put my slideys roughly flush with my defenses, and I just kind of maintained a really even push across the board. Maybe this is like the spacing I'm looking for. Really strong core over here, and a rhino right here, a rhino and a crawler pack right here, round 2. would be so nice. Am I not streaming? I am streaming, but why doesn't it show that I'm streaming up here? Doesn't it usually have like a little Twitch icon right there? Huh. In any case, I have a 2-minute delay, so they're not gonna hear that. Okay, I think crawlers are probably the unlock here. Go back there. Let's give this a try. Interesting, with the marksman over here, they're gonna be stuck shooting at that wall. This person's obviously pretty new. This is the kind of person you would imagine winning against, but maybe they're like just super anti-meta like me. But I try to make the meta work. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put units in front of the wall, but I'm gonna make them void eyes. It's like they unlocked the marksman. Okay, we will speed up Mantis. It's cool. Look at how nice that pack looks. The little diamond formation with the arc light in there. Ugh, brilliant. This game is so beautiful. It's such a beautiful game, dude. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be so nuts. They're gonna flip their shit when they see this. Kind of want them still shooting at the wall though. This puts them farther off, but this does get them to shoot at the wall. But it won't on subsequent rounds. So I kind of feel like I just put this here anyway. And I'll offset them like that, I think. And then for this bad boy, right here, hit him from both sides, dog. Oh yeah, I'm into arc lights, so it's like, but do I still want to go into hounds? Like, that's definitely a question. Like, I can definitely improve the board state now, but I'm not sure if I'm like setting myself up for, better for later rounds. And getting hounds still means that I'm gonna need to possibly get upgrades for them. But yeah, I couldn't even afford them because I'm not doing anything with cell pressure. But I'll unlock the hounds, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Something to think about though, for sure. I think the one thing about hounds is like they're more aggressive than arc lights. Like the arc lights sitting in the back, doing a lot. Like, they work together. It's kind of cool. But I think this might be a situation where I might just be able to pick up like mechanical rage and not have to click on range. Rage and range, dude. That is just it's gonna befuddle me for the rest of my freaking life. Here, Void Eyes the Stormcallers look good, but I think the Void Eyes are gonna be better. Oop. I probably do want to upgrade this. Yeah, upgrades sound nice. But okay, so if I get rage on them, I want them to sort of enter. I want some chaff over here, some more chaff. Maybe put them a little further up. Or I could even do this. That's obviously going to be good. How much does rage cost? 300. So I'm upgrading here. And let's see, what do they have? I'll take the HP upgrade. Let's see here. Mustangs. See, yeah, I just picked up the hounds, but now I'm like, what if I got counterfire fire badgers? Because the hounds aren't going to be able to fight these mustangs too well. Maybe fire badgers was the play that I missed there. The other thing is, I still have the arc lights, so if I can position them in somewhere where they can do enough damage, yeah, like what if I did, what am I thinking here? I think I'm gonna take the shield system to protect against spells later on, possibly. Am I gonna be vulnerable to spells? I could also just build around it, and like maybe I will take this power system. I mean, I'm in rhinos, right? Do I get? Yeah, I get this rhino over here too. I'll just put that pretty far away, and I'm gonna elite recruit. I think I'm gonna do. Wait, not that one. An arc light to go here, just to, and then I think I probably want another one to go here, and then what I would do is also pick up hounds, I think. Now, isn't that beautiful? And if I pick armor on those hounds, see, there's a little bit of overlap. Like, armor's another one of those really good things, but it's really cheap on the arc light, which is cool. This time I guess I'll get attack instead of this upgrade. I could also sell, which I should do, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna take the attack here. Still doesn't look like I have any like good reason to mobile beacon. Shoot, what should I do? Wow, I guess I'm not picking anything. If anything would have been better than nothing. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we got quite a bit of chaff here. Some, Mech Rage Hounds would deal with this really well, I think. They're pretty far forward. Nothing here, I don't think. I'm gonna guess maybe they go into mass-produced Scorpion. I'm not scared of that. Definitely not gonna get mobilized battleship. It's just too expensive. Put these, some of my bros a little bit farther forward here, or actually get them on the same level. Activate that Mech Rage. Show me the upgrades. Another thing of, if I think they're gonna go into the Scorpions, I probably don't want another thing of tanks. I would rather have a crawler. I think I can also sell this and get each of these upgrades, which is gonna be really good. Yeah, that's beautiful. What a friggin' beautiful round, man. Wow. And do I want to... Yeah, I'll throw this... Well, hold on. These are higher level. I'm going to throw these further back. Okay, upgrade... unlock something. Oh my god. It should have been the saber-tooth, right? Wow, I just handled that scorpion in the back. So was that a mass-produced one? I wonder if that would have made the difference there. But I know they wouldn't have been able to get 3 scorpions. I kind of see this really cool like theme emerging with sort of how the meta is geared, where like you don't want to expand in, you know, too much early. You want to kind of diversify or adapt, because if you like overextend yourself, you end up spending too much unlocking something that is gonna lock you into a, you know, a path. So this might just be a level 900 game between 2 noobs, but it's kind of cool. So let's see here. How are my... Oh, look at that damage, bro. That's beautiful. 30k on my hound with just mech rage. I love that. Glorious. Okay, so here you could say maybe go into saber-tooth, but I feel like there's actually just so much utility with the fortress that I think I'm going to transition into fortresses from here. And maybe we'll just go like... I think I probably want to get rid of this wall. Oh, come on, I'm running out of time. There, okay. Let's get another rhino over here. I think I probably want all the upgrades I can get. But let's get a couple of fortresses right up here. Oh my god, come on. Fang, please? Okay, and then I guess we're not gonna pick up anything right now. Fang, oh, I do have Fang production on them. Wow, this is so brutal. I want range on my Void Eyes. I do want more Void Eyes, I think. Okay, interesting. They're going into fortresses too. Yeah, you know, maybe the way the game's built with all the unit drops and stuff, I think it levels out sort of the skill base. And there's also another thing that I'm thinking that like criticisms of this game might feed into, which is like how sort of intricately the game plays out in the beginning rounds, where like different packs end up moving in a variety of locations, but as the game goes on, the board becomes more and more saturated, and it becomes sort of more linear in how your armies fight. I think that might be something that people kind of didn't like about just how saturated the board becomes. Alright, so I think I'm going to take the... Well, I should actually take an item. I'll take the nano repair kit, and I think we'll put it on this guy. I think he's going to end up taking more damage and getting more use out of that. But we just want more fortresses, and I think we actually want... I think we want fangs, too. So something like this. And at this point, I think we can just sort of afford to go into whatever tech we want to. So I think I'm going to pick up Bubble, and maybe with that, I'll go ahead and like Bubble over here. thinking about starting to borrow here so I can keep upgrading. So level 2, so the shield's pretty huge, and it takes a long time to go down even with a scorpion and a fortress attacking it. And still no attacks on my flanks at all. Yeah, I've been super aggressive this whole game. Super on the offense. Alright, GG Mantis. Why not? Okay, back over 1,000. Oh my god, the rematch. Okay. Interesting. That actually kind of makes for an interesting video. Maybe I'll like stop the recording so that I can turn this into a video. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I like to try to hype up my opponents, like whoever they are. Like, you know, when you're like at high level, you're like, you know, what's up everybody? Today, this is a video. Supply giant, supply giant, supply giant. Okay. Today we're up against, I don't even know the names, like oftentimes they're like from a different country. Alright, just to be sort of meditative about this, let's see here. I guess, you know, I've been thinking about that formation. Something like this. And we can also put a bunch of like marksmen pretty far up here in the center-ish. And then I think we want crawlers, right? I'm always just, dude, crawlers lately have just been my fascination. Crawlers like this, I think. Okay, line of void eye strat, very cool. So I do this a lot, so I should be able to figure out how to counter this. They, you know, I don't know, I don't want to speak. You know, I think they do perform better than marksman, just because you get the 3 to the 1. So yeah, marksman's obviously not the counter. And with how fast they accumulate XP, it's like, do I want to try to like counter their void eyes with my own? There's got to be something that actually beats the void eyes, right? And they're into Mustangs too, which means they can really easily click missile interceptor. Okay, so quick teleport actually might be one of the solutions that I want to look for. But yeah, those Mustangs on the side are really good. Something maybe I want to consider is like long-range electromagnetic sledgehammers. In fact, that might be the only reasonable counter. Either that or like, you could pick up wasps, yeah. But they've got the Mustangs again. Those 2 units just work really well. I guess I never... You could get the Phantom Rays. I think Phantom Rays is actually a really good pickup. So it's either I click Sledgehammer or I click Phantom Ray. I think Phantom Ray is going to obviously perform better. kind of want these to get in here a little faster, I think. So if I put like fire badgers on the sides here, they do counter the Mustangs, and they draw the Mustangs off. In theory, I could go fire badgers on the sides and then pick up storm callers, and then they kind of have like a pretty nasty problem to deal with. And it forces them to go more into Mustangs. I did just invest into crawlers though, so they are going to be able to pick up quite a bit of experience off of crawlers, but the Phantom Ray was really good. Really good. I could have done I could have done another marksman maybe. That might have been better. Okay, so this is kind of interesting, I suppose. I'm just going to say that whenever anything happens. Okay, so this is kind of interesting actually. I think probably the Typhoon. Like, it's not something that I have much practice with, but it does give me quite a bit of like protection against some things. So I can like put them a little bit more offensive, but still sort of off to the side, still in a very defensive role. And then I kind of want to do what I said I was going to do over here. But this would require that how do I get an extra 50? I could actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to sell these for now. Pick up the storm callers. Do I want to try, maybe this on one side? Or should it be fire badgers on both? I probably learn more if I give this strategy a shot. At the same time, I also, well, I was thinking about picking up stealth on these, but maybe not so much. So this was a really interesting strategy, right? Because they actually went into these sledgehammers to reinforce their front. And did they range? Yeah, they ranged their void eyes. And they have nothing left, so I air scour them. This thing attacks air? And this was with the ones that were flanking, actually. So now they're forced to try to pick up something that's going to counter my Phantom Rays. Which, they probably go Elite Phoenix here, actually. That's probably what they're gonna choose to do. So they're gonna be spending everything on Phoenix. They can buy 2 and then they can maybe pick up something else. So what are they lacking on? What can I could do mass produce Farseer. Nah, I'm gonna take the intensive training. And then what's important here? Okay, so these actually did not what happened? What did they die to? Did they die to these Mustangs? I think I need to sell those. How about these dudes? They did a lot better. Okay, I could go into Scorpions. And I want one with, I need it to have range. Another thing I could do is I could actually give it siege mode, and I think that's actually going to be better. And then I'm going to get another one of these and put these on this side. And not going to be able to get anything else done here. So, okay, they're not into Phoenixes. They picked up Marksman. So now we're into Marksman. So this is where I was thinking that stealth might be good. Well, but actually, I mean, like, burst is just better, because as soon as, you know, they're gonna lock on really quickly, it's not really that good of a solution. So one thing I did here is I went into Stormclaws and then immediately went into Scorpions. I wasn't really thinking. I wasn't really thinking about it. But yeah, that was an issue. These can not go into the air. It's definitely wasps though, just wasps to cover for my phantom rays, and I think I click this and I get more. Whoops. So how much did these do? To 14k versus 30k. Get another one of these. Upgrade all our marksmen. Maybe we need to win the marksman war. Or do we? Like, if we just get more... I think they went Wraith, right? They definitely went Wraith. I almost just want to click to upgrade that. Anyway, let's see here. Maybe I sell out on the sides. And then I probably sell this Stormcaller eventually too. But I think we need... What do we need? Keep expanding our number of Banshees, or Phantom Rays rather, I think. Okay, alright. Pretty panicky in this rematch. Okay, so again, no Wraith. They went with the wasps themselves. Okay, how are we doing? What if I got, I don't know, that high explosive ammo? These have 401 health. And let's see, they still haven't clicked Missile Interceptor. I'm definitely not doing hackers. Do I need... I probably need the tempo more than anything. I think Battleship actually is something I'm gonna take here. And I think we can... Okay, I do not actually have the increase range by 20 units attacks at night in area. Get me another Scorpion. I need more chaff. Yeah, I kind of wish I could upgrade this. 6,300? I don't need to. There's no reason. There's literally no reason. Okay, I need to expand more. I need to be able to push on every side. have to resist the urge to click extended range mountaineer. But let's see, my fire is decimating them. Is it? Not really. Okay, yeah, no, when their Mustangs move through it. Okay, they got the range on the Mustang, so that's a thing that's happening here. Okay, so the Scorpions, not really good. If I could get them like better AoE, they would be better, but they're just, they do too much damage. Okay, alright, smoke bomb. Should I put it on the obvious side? Hold on, I think this works better up here. Is it Vulcans? Is it just like way more Phantom Rays, or Phantom Rays with armor, maybe? Because they're still not really upgrading they're just not really building out on their marksmen. So if I can get like 3 more of these. And I still need more chaff, right? How much are these doing? Not a whole lot. Oh man, I'm totally flubbing it. I need more wasps. A lot more wasps. Okay, maybe they're in the no, they're expanding the marksman base. Very smart. HP before it has 5,000. So the scorpions, the scorpions are supposed to counter the void eyes, is the idea here. And I think they are doing that. All their void eyes are dead. Okay, I feel like I'm getting maybe some grasp on this game. So, let's see, do they have missile interceptor yet? Yeah, so they've got missile interceptor, which means they're going to be wasting a lot of shots just shooting down. So it's like, are you a carry or are you a missile interceptor? And the big problem is going to be their marksmen. So they've got range on their marksmen, I don't. And I think I only have 1 more round to turn this around. Alright, so range could be good. Electromagnetic blast is also just gonna be really good. So I'll probably do that. Yeah, blast this side. Probably need more wasps. And what are they doing? Yeah, so they got these guys to deal with the wasps, but they're also going to have to deal with storm callers, which why don't we do launcher overload just to really stress them out. Pick up wasps. And we probably need to keep building out more banshees. Hold on, so you're telling me that my crawlers are actually getting in and dealing damage? A little bit. Okay, alright, there's probably something I should have sold. Okay, is this enough to... Okay, so yeah, they're upgrading their Mustangs, and their Mustangs, so I really want them to just keep shooting down missiles, because it's kind of like putting them in an existential crisis. Definitely need more launcher overloads getting through. Yeah, so their marksmen are... This is going to be pretty close. I might have another round left. Maybe. No, it doesn't look like it. I think that's GG. Yeah, okay, wow. Alright, I suppose before I should close the replay, see if we get that person again on ranked ladder. Nope.